Hello, Stampers. This is Donna, and this is Stamping with Moo, coming to you from Turlock, California. We're down in the Central Valley of our great state. Today, I'm bringing you the fourth and final in a series of cards using our Daisy Lane bundle. So today, we're going to be using this stamp, and then we'll be using the coordinating punch, which is part of the bundle. And we're also going to be using the sentiments from Band Together. This, we're going to be using You Are Amazing and Beautiful Inside and Out. And I am so blessed to have amazing women in my life, starting from my mother on down, I think. Also, we're going to be using the Crackle Paint stamp, and I've already got this mounted on my Stamparatus. Because this is a big stamp, I prefer to put it on the Stamparatus. All right. We're also going to be using the stitched shape framelits, and we'll be using the two smallest squares in this card. Let's see, what else do we need to know? Our card base is the thick Whisper White, and I've cut that to 8.5 by 5.5 and scored it at 4 1/4 in the center. We're also going to need a piece of pineapple punch that is 5 1/4 by 4, and then a scrap of regular white for our Crackle Paint, and this one is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8, I believe. So let's, and these I'll have to trim down, but you'll see that in a minute. Okay, so now we're going to take the Crackle Paint and the white that we're going to cut down, and I'm going to line that up right along that line and that line there. So we're going to do that in the pineapple punch. Okay, and just, I like to take the ink to the pad, or the stamp, especially when they're this big, because it's just easier, and it's already laying down. All right, so, and because this is a stamp that's going to take up this whole sheet of paper, I can't really use a magnet, which I would prefer to, but that's okay. We got it. All right. And we're just going to give this a really good back rub. I know my husband wants me to do this to him. And then we're going to bring that up. And it's a little bit light right here, so we're going to put a little bit more ink on this side here. And that looks pretty good right there. So we're going to just get that a little more of a rub. All right, and there we have it. So I'm just going to take a baby wipe and give that a good little brush there. Then I'm going to remove that plate and get this, we're done with that. So move that out of our way. Okay, next I'm going to cut down this and the piece we got stamped. Okay, this needs to be 5 1/4. Oops, 5 1/4, the right way, Donna. Okay, 5 1/4 by 4. And that should cut off that crease there. And then this one, I'm going to cut to 5 1/8. Oops. 7/8. And I think I'm gonna cut that side off. It's just a little bit, just a hair. Okay, then put the trimmer away. Now we're going to come in and we're going to adhere this. I'm using the multi-liquid glue. That was my boo-boo before. That was take 1. This is take 2. All right, we're going to get that lined up. So we just have a little bit of a border around. And we try and get it as straight as we can. Okay. Now, we're going to take our smallest of the stitched square dies, and we're going to put it right about there. Make sure that's straight. Then I'm going to use some washi tape just because I feel better about it. As it bounces all around. All right. I'm going to bring in my big shot. And I have my magnetic platform, a standard cutting pad, my project. I'd like to turn these just a little bit. I think they go through the big shot a little easier. And I'm going to crank that through. And because it's 2 layers, I'm going to just crank it back. Okay. We'll need that again in a minute. But all right. And we're going to pop that out. Never had that happen with these. But no problem. I have snips. Yeah, that just kind of wanted to stay. Liked it where it was. All right. Let me put that. Then we're going to need a scrap of pineapple punch. Let's see if I can get that in there. It's close. I don't want to be that close. Let me grab my other piece. Let me just cut this off. This was an envelope gone bad. So, all right. Now we can do this. Take that right there. And then we're going to take the one we just used to cut the opening in the card panel there. And we're going to get that as even as we can all the way around. And then I'm going to use some more washi tape. It's the same sandwich, the platform, the cutting pad, the project, and another cutting pad. And we're going to run that through. All right. And then we're done with the big shot. Okay. Now, where's my snips? Let's just snip that. I've never had this happen before. But first time for everything. Okay. All right. And that is going to go right around there. Okay. And that's peach you can save for another project. Okay, let's bring in our card base. Now I want to get this right where we think it's going to be squared. I'm going to come in with my pencil, maybe. It was here a minute ago. Oh, I have another pencil. I love Minions. My grandson bought that for me. Oh dear. Okay, I'm just going to put a light mark there. There's my pencil. All right. So, on this mark here, we're going to take our pineapple punch and the daisy from the Daisy Lane Suite. And I'm going to stamp a couple up and around. Okay. Then I have my Call Me Clover Stampin' Right pen. And because I don't want my daisies just floating out in the middle of nowhere, I'm going to give them a little stem. Okay. And I'm going to, as long as I have this open, I am going to stamp a flower down inside, right there. As long as I have this, this poor little flower shouldn't be out on its own either. Okay. I'm going to close this up. I'm going to pineapple punch. I'm going to bring in my Call Me Clover. And I'm going to stamp on the inside, beautiful inside and out. Okay. And I'll move that a little bit. And all right. This is real stamping, folks. This is, we don't sugarcoat it. It happens. Okay. And that's smeared too. Guess what? We can do this part again. Oh, hey, it happens to all of us, and you know, there's certain things you can do and certain things you can't do. So let's bring in that pineapple punch again. And I'll give this daisy right about there. And close that up. We reach way over here for my green, my Call Me Clover. And I should double check that, why that did that though. Let me. There, okay. Now we're just gonna go much better. Much better. Okay, so we're done with that stamp, and I'm going to let that kind of dry like that because I have to do this again. Alright, we're going to get that centered pretty well. Come back in with the pencil. Okay. And that's just to give me a guideline as to where I can stamp my daisy here. And we're gonna, I think I'll come in this way. And that one there. Okay, they overlap, but that'll be okay. As I knock my craft room apart. I'm going to stamp on my scrap piece of white the amazing You are amazing. And you are amazing. We'll just stamp that down there. Close the green up. And come in with my pretty label punch. Everyday label punch. I'll have it in the description below. Okay, we're going to punch that out. And I want to get it as central as possible. Okay, then we are going to, let's just use this. This is, no, it's thick. I don't want thick. Hang on. Another scrap of white. For our daisies. We're going to punch out 2 of these. As long as we're punching, let's punch out our second punch here. And then this one we're going to cut in half because we want to trim out our sentiment here. And I'm just going to use my snail and take the just a little border around, around that. Well, that's too little. Let's try this. There. And then this one is going to be right about there. Okay. And I'm going to take a strip of, I'm going to punch out another one. And cut it that way and do the same thing. Line up those, and then line up those. Oops. No, we're not. I don't like it. What I'll do is I'll just take my snips and very lightly trim that off. My card, I don't have to like it, right? If I don't like it, it doesn't have to be there. And, you know, if you're not sure of something and you don't like it, you know what? It's your project. Fix it the way you think you want it. Because, you know, these are all little works of art. As you can tell, I'm not much of an artist, but alright, I'm going to be using a sponge dauber on these little daisies. And let's bring out a piece of scratch paper. And I'm just going to brush out a little bit onto the petals. Just a little bit here, a little bit there. All right. Okay. Get rid of that. I'm going to bring in my glue dots. No, I'm not. Not yet. I'm going to curl my flowers. Flowers should have dimension, right? And doing this one upward, that one I did downward. Now I'm going to take my glue dots. And we're going to offset that just a hair. All right. Okay, I think that's all pretty well dried. We're going to come in with our multi-purpose liquid and our little frame that we cut out that's going to go around there. We're going to just glue that down. Oops, don't need a lot because you don't want it to gush out, but a little bit goes a long way on this project. And probably not a good idea to work over your project. Okay, and right there. Okay, we'll bring that back in. And we're going to line that up right on there. Make it straight. Okay. Now, because I restamped those and they're not really floating anywhere, we're just going to not use the green to do that. Okay. I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm going to put a couple in the center here. Take these off. I know in some parts of the world it's rather cold, but here in the Valley of California, oh my gosh, we're having a very humid day. Normally we don't get too much humidity. We usually just bake, but before I go any farther, let me rub out those pencil lines. While it may look like a shadow, I don't want it on there. Okay. Now we're going to take this and line that up on there. And keep our look at our lines. I want to keep that straight and centered. A little too high. Come on, guys. Quit sticking. And then when you want them to stick, they don't stick. All right. Oh, I was going to stamp this before I did that. Okay, this is going to be our stem. And our flower is going to go right about there. So, and this is going to go right about there. So we might bring that down just a little bit. Take a piece of scratch paper and cover that part up because nobody's going to see that anyway. And just give that a good stamp. Oh, good. I was afraid that because of the dimensionals on the back side, it would be spotty, but it worked out. Okay, now we can stick these on. Put our sentiment on. You are amazing. Then I'm going to take another dimensional, oops, and put it on the back of our daisy. And then set that right there. Now I do have, on my original card, I used these yellow sequins, but I think I'm going to use maybe those. Oh, why not? Starting July 1st, Stampin' Up! Is having bonus days. For every $50 you spend, you get a $5 coupon that you can use in August. So if you're contemplating purchasing anything, July is an excellent month to do that, because you get more for your money that way. Okay, and that one I'm just going to put there. And put one, oh, maybe right about there. And, yeah, maybe there. Okay, so this is my card for today. I hope you enjoyed my craziness. This was my original. So, anyway, I hope you have a great day. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.